What's up, everybody? It's K-Mega405 live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer, talking to the intelligent gamers. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Be so kind to hit that subscribe button, the invisible like button, and your thoughts in the comments section. So let's get on to the video, right? Now, of course, it's really a great time to be a gamer. It has been really almost for this whole generation, regardless of all the console war beef and all the crazy stuff outside of it. Gaming has been really steady. All the consoles is doing really well, and that's something that we haven't really seen because there's always been a console that's fallen flat. And I'm not talking about game wise or anything like that. I'm talking about just in the success of these companies. The big three are doing great, and which means that the big three will be stronger than ever coming into this next generation. But with all that being said, all eyes are definitely on Microsoft. Not so much about Nintendo and what they're going to do with the whole power narrative, which is kind of crazy because you would think that since Nintendo is a huge company, it is kind of like the grandfather of all the rest of these companies. It seems like it's like they would have to have the eyes on them as well, but nobody does. It's all particularly on Xbox. And Xbox has been answering by doing some fantastic things, especially at the start of E3, on continuing all through this year, and it seems like it's going to kick off to get to the next E3 by all these acquirements. It's crazy. Now, of course, there's a guy out there. His name is Killer Brill. I think that's how you say his name. You know, let me be country if I said it wrong. Sorry, but he has been pretty efficient when it comes to his giving out his information. And it's so much, it's been rambling about so many things about what Xbox is doing in regards of picking up these studios. He's been, like I said, he's been pretty efficient, and it's even come down to where PlayStation magazines and bloggers and fanboys all alike are talking about it because of his last statement a couple of days ago, or it was yesterday actually. And it was basically saying that there was a company or a studio that has worked with Sony that Xbox is looking to acquire. So here comes all the speculation and the rumors, which is, it's really fun. It is. You can't deny it. Is that you like the fact to see that Xbox is ready to come out swinging this next generation and kind of debunk all of this whole drought. Xbox has no games, no AAA games, no realistic looking AAA games, none of that. All that talk seems like it's going to be nipped in the bud starting right when this Scarlet drops. Okay, now, or even coming up next year. I mean, Gears 5 is coming and it looks amazing. But here goes the speculation. Some people think it's going to be Ready at Dawn because Sony dropped Ready at Dawn and The Order 1886 didn't do very well. And it seemed like there would be a prime fit to come to Xbox. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. I wasn't a fan of the game. I didn't beat it, so I can't go all into the point of saying, hey, this game is trash, like some people have said. I just didn't get into it. I'm gonna have to go back and check it out again because I do have it. Also, a lot of people is looking at Quantum Dreams. Now, we know that they're going through a situation because of their head guy. Don't know if Microsoft would be looking to try to get them. To me, I think that would be a really good look because of the fact that they bring strong story games to the table. And for this year, for 2018, my favorite storied game is Detroit. Detroit is an amazing storied game. Very, very gripped me from the very beginning once I started playing that game. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Matter of fact, it's my favorite of 2018. I'll go with Red Dead second, Tomb Raider third, and God of War fourth. And I know that somebody in the chat will try to come out and spin it. Oh, you hate PlayStation, when I'm saying a PlayStation game is number one for the story. But anyway, I think that would be a good look. I really do. I really do. But I really think that those two aren't the ones. I stated this last night on Twitter. And so I just wanted to make a video and just kind of get you guys' thoughts about this, and definitely we'll talk about it on GRG Friday. But I think that it's going to be Sumo Digital. Me and Don has talked about this. Don was actually the first one to bring up the names Sumo Digital, but he basically said that he would like for Xbox to get it. Then, you know, I'm looking at it from a standpoint because of what they're doing with Crackdown. And it's like I've said on Twitter was like, hey, look, they might have seen something with Crackdown that was unbelievable, especially since they had to take over. And then you see the final product, and when you see what the game looked like at the XO event, it looks fantastic. It looks really fun. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Plus the fact that they've worked on quite a few cool-ass games. I don't think a lot of people don't know about the games. Now look, I'm not going to say that this game is the coolest game, but it was very popular. It got a lot of acclaim. A lot of people has 3 iterations, and it was a PlayStation only game. It's PlayStation exclusive, which was Little Big Planet. That was a huge title last gen for them. A lot of people like that game. Also, some other games that they had that I don't think a lot of people understood, they worked on Split Second. That's my game right there. I love Split Second. Now, I'm not saying that they'll make another Split Second, but just the thought that they've worked on that game is pretty damn dope. They've also helped in development of Payday. They've worked on Virtual Tennis. They've worked on Dead Island 2. Also, this would be funny for this would be great for Xbox 448, which is Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform, which that is a dope ass little racer. That's great. That's great. They worked on those racing games. You know what I'm saying? They worked on Outrun. They worked on Driver 76. I mean, they've worked on quite a few games. They've worked on a Connect game. I mean, like a couple of Connect games, actually. So, for me, Sumo Digital, it may not sound like an attractive name, but they have a pretty good portfolio when it comes to the lineup of games that they've worked on. They've worked on a lot of racers, as I just gave the names to, but they've also worked on Crackdown and Little Big Planet. And Little Big Planet was really beautiful. All 3 of them were. So it's just something that just came across my mind, and I'm like, hold on, you know, I mean, I know me and Don was sitting here talking about Sumo Digital, and also the fact that they're working on Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3, like I said, looks fantastic. Also, if you remember, Crap and everybody when I was on BGST, that they brought up and they was talking about that the rumor that they were going to show a little mini kart game, kind of like Mario Kart or whatever. So it just make perfect sense for Sumo Digital to make a game like that, since they already are familiar with making a game that's kind of Mario Kart-ish. So I just think it's all just sitting right there, and I think that that's the perfect studio for them. But also, I mean, there's still IO Interactive, which I think that would help out with Xbox with their single player issues. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on what other studios would you like them to go after. Of course, I say Remedy. Remedy is just that main one for me. But it also, you know, but it's just fun to talk about, because we're talking about Xbox in a positive step, in a positive light, regardless of however many of these people try to spin it to seem like it's desperation, whatever. This is really positive, good news going into the end of 2018, starting off 2019 in a strong way, and still have more anticipation because there's still Crackdown to come out. And then there's going to be Gears, there's going to be Ori, there's going to be Ashen. If not Ashen coming out at the end of this month sometime, I'm thinking Ashen's going to come next year, because it's supposed to be coming out this year. But I just don't see what's the purpose of bringing out Ashen right now at the end of the year. Now they could, because they also did that with PUBG last year, so who's to say. But all in all, these studio talks and all these acquisitions, it's just proving the one point, like I said, is that Xbox is not going to have a drought. They're not going to play around. They're going to have games on top of games on top of games. And even though that sounds very expensive to the wallet, Game Pass is going to save the day. And I guarantee you, when you start seeing some of these games that's going to be coming from these bigger studios with these big names, and they're just thinking about the new Halo that's going to be on Game Pass, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that's going to support this. So I think that Xbox is doing everything right at this point. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Till the next video, everybody have a good one. Peace.